The royal name game. Which name will Harry and Meghan choose for their baby? When Harry and Meghan return home, a big decision looms, says Christopher Wilson. Barnstorming their way across Australia and beyond, Prince Harry and his beautiful bride Meghan are proving that, even in a country constantly flirting with the idea of becoming a republic, there's nothing like a royal walkabout to turn the tide. The added magic for Australians, this time around, was they were the first to see the pair in the flesh after we learned that the royal couple are expecting a baby. Talk about icing on the cake. On their first foreign tour, Harry and Meghan are a class act, thinking and acting outside the royal box. They've discovered a new way of doing the same old routine, greeting the crowds, pressing the flesh, combining glamour with accessibility, but at the same time making themselves miraculously informal. No question, Meghan and Harry are doing royalty their way. But it raises the question, just how far are they prepared to go? How far can they stray from the well-trodden path of handshaking and ribbon-cutting, and still maintain that magic aura? The answer will come soon enough. An early test of their fresh take on royal routine will come with the choice of their babies' names. When asked in Melbourne what their preferences might be, Meghan answered, "We've been given a long list of names from everyone. We're going to sit down and have a look at them." The bookmakers are ahead of that decision-taking. They've got James and Mary as the front-runners, both at 16-1. When you look at it though, Meghan's list isn't that long when it comes to choosing a House of Windsor baby name. There are no Sandras or Kevins or Bernards in the family, just a long list of Georges. Or so it seems. As Meghan will discover, the rules are quite definite. Don't pick a name from the baby book like everybody else, but name your baby after a royal from a previous generation. William and Kate dutifully stuck to this diktat when naming their 3 children. Prince George was named after his great-great-grandfather King George VI. His second name Alexander was the male version of the Queen's second name Alexandra, named in turn after the wife of King Edward VII, and Louis, after Earl Mountbatten. Nowhere in naming the future king was there a reference to anybody in his mother Kate's family. The couple's second child Charlotte was named after the wife of King George III, and, incidentally, King George V's parrot. Then Elizabeth and Diana, royal monikers through and through. The newest arrival, Prince Louis, curiously took a name already given to his elder brother. No explanation has been given for this odd doubling up, but, yet again, no compliment was paid to the children's mother Kate, or her family. Of Louis's other names, Arthur may refer to the mythical ruler with the round table, and Charles to his grandfather the Prince of Wales. This hard and fast rule of referencing old royals goes back generations, and only rarely is a person who marries into the family ever allowed a look in. Take the case of Princess Diana, for example. Her son Prince William's other names are Arthur Philip Louis, while Harry's are Charles Albert David. None of these pays tribute to her ancient family lineage, though by coincidence her brother, now Earl Spencer, is also called Charles. The Duchess of York dutifully named her daughters Beatrice and Eugenie after 2 children of Queen Victoria, tagging on other royal names Elizabeth, Mary, Victoria and Helena behind. No mention for her mother or grandmothers among the half-dozen chosen. It took, typically, Princess Anne to break the mold by naming her son Peter after his paternal grandfather, a former Wall's sausage salesman. And Zara's no royal name either. But despite this blip, the ironclad tradition rolls on. Will Meghan, still acclimatizing to the all-powerful grip of the House of Windsor, be allowed a say in choosing a name? Will she be permitted, if blessed with a daughter, to add Doria to the birth certificate, or perhaps choose from even more exotic family names, such as Mattie, after great-great-great-grandmother Mattie Turnipseed, a black slave from the Civil War period whose daughter was the first of her line to break free of her chains? There can be no question that Meghan's family history, stretching from slaves to sovereigns, she also descends from King Robert the Bruce, is as fascinating as that of the House of Windsor, and her lineage equally deserving of a place in the roll call of history. But when the time comes, will we see Harry and Meghan do their own thing, just as they've been doing things their way in Australia? Or will it just be more of the same old same old? The politics of naming a baby are, at best, a perilous minefield. According to psychologist Dr. Susan Whitbourne, it is one of the most difficult, feared and potentially impactful decisions parents will ever take. Never more so than for Meghan and Harry, as they try to do things their way.